Welcome to the 2022 Bird Burger Awards. I'm your host, Jeremy Knipe, and this is going to be an exciting day. We have you guys tuning in from all over the world, and we've had submissions from 99 different countries. That's insane, guys. 99 different countries. If you're from one of those countries, let me know in the chat. I'd love to see if we can get all 99 represented here today watching. All this to say that the competition was high, and the stakes were even higher, and you guys truly blew us out of the water. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to thank some of the sponsors of the competition. Hunts Photo and Video is a friendly camera shop that has all the gear you need to move forward in your wildlife photography career. My relationship with Hunts Photo and Video began at the beginning of this year, 2022, and since then I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to be a part of their family. Their representative that I work with most often, Noah Buchanan, has been a huge help to me in getting the equipment that I need and have been reliable and communicative in the process always. Titanium Micro produces some amazing high-quality computer tech and hardware. For 2 years now, I've been using their external hard drives, and I've never owned any as fast and reliable as theirs. On the go, I take their Titanium Mercury hard drive with me, as it's tiny, portable, hardy, and transfers about 100 gigabytes of data in 8 minutes when I've tested it. TOPAZ has been a staple partner of mine for a while now. I'm sure you are all familiar with TOPAZ products, but they really are no joke. I've had many images enhanced by their quality editing software, and even some lost images completely saved by their sharpen and denoise programs. While this software really saves people with low budgets that can't afford the best quality gear, even for those with high-end gear, it can greatly enhance the quality of their image. And lastly, QUIKCAMO is a new company I've been working with to achieve the most adventurous experience I can out in the field. QUIKCAMO creates the highest quality camouflage gear I've ever tested while out in the field, and it's allowed me to achieve shots I couldn't have otherwise. Not only that, but their incredibly clever designs of masks built into hats and leafy gloves are unique and hard to find anywhere else. Functionally, once you've tried them out, it's hard to go back to any other cheaper brand, and I'll be sticking with them for a while. All of these companies are offering amazing deals that are available in the description below. Hunts is offering deals on many of the products that they sell. Titanium Micro is offering $20 off their external hard drives that are prizes in this event. TOPAZ is giving a 15% discount on all products, and QUIKCAMO is giving a 10% discount off to everyone, and a 20% discount to anyone who subscribes to their email list. So make sure to check out those links below if you're interested in purchasing. Not only that, did we have an amazing lineup of sponsors, but I couldn't be more excited than to announce to you guys the judges that we have for the 2022 Bird Burger Photo Awards. All of the judges are amazing wildlife photography YouTubers that are not only amazing content creators, but also great guys that I've gotten to know personally. So without further ado, let's introduce our judges. So to start off, we have Tron Westby. Tron Westby is one of the OG wildlife photography YouTubers and an inspiration of many. Most likely you've found yourself at one time or another watching one of his videos in which he inspires others. Next, we have Bayou Josh. Josh is known for his great thoughts that he shares with his followers about wildlife photography. Whether it's encouragement, motivation, or advice that you need, Josh most likely has talked about it. Next, we have Gunnar Dressler. Gunnar Dressler is best known for his documentaries out in the wild. His honesty through the struggle and great artistic vision is something that many find themselves relating to. Next, we have Evan Watts of Watts Wildlife. Evan has a growing channel that brings people along on exciting adventures in the vast American wilderness, and he has a way of connecting nature with his audience. And lastly, we have Jamin Hunter Taylor. Jamin is a top-tier wildlife photography shooter that is best known for his amazing artistic vision in wildlife photography. Jamin lives in Alaska and encounters the most wild of situations. So if you aren't already, I'd highly recommend going to subscribe to each of these wildlife photographers' YouTube channels so that you can find more great content. Links to their channels are in the description below. So we are going to get to the judging in a second, but before I bring the judges on, let's get into how the judging is going to work. So we got the rules pulled up here, and firstly, we will be judging the new photographers category. After that, the three main categories, including creative, birdscape, and portrait, will be judged. Next, we will be doing our final round of the popular vote category, and lastly, we will be announcing the 2022 Bird Burger Photographer of the Year and grand prize winner. In the three main categories, judges will vote on a scale of 1 to 10 for each image judged according to the criteria above. These results will not be shown initially. However, the top 3 in each category will have their overall score announced, along with explanations from the judges of why they chose these scores. If there are any ties, judges will all have a chance to say their thoughts and opinions, and they will reconvene, voting on which image they think is the best, with the majority winning. This continues until there are no ties achieved. Now, this is where the really important part comes for you guys. You all will be determining the winner of the popular vote category and who wins the $100 Hunts photo and video gift card. At the end of each category, we will be showing each of the 10 finalist images with a number assigned to each one up top. Each viewer will receive 1 vote, and the image with the most votes in each category will go on to our final round. If there is a tie, 1 judge will be randomly selected to choose the tiebreaker. After all rounds have been judged, we will take the 4 popular vote category winners and put them up against each other for 1 final popular vote. The person with the most votes here will win the popular vote. After this event, we will be sending out an email to the winners of the event if you won something, so be sure to be checking your email afterwards. Okay, you guys, so we are about to start the judging, but lastly, I just want to reiterate one more time how amazing all of your images were, and my last hope is for this competition to be discouraging. We had hundreds of submissions, and the competition was very tight, so my hope for you all is that you will find it as motivation to get even better if your image didn't make it, rather than just discouragement. Every single judge told me that they had a very difficult time judging and easily could have chosen many more to be fit in with the finalists. So, with that being said, in 2 weeks, I'll be going live here on the channel to show off all of the 300 plus submissions to the event. I'll be going through each one individually to share encouragement, and if you have any questions about your image and want to hear some feedback, pop in and I'll answer it. Now, let's bring on our judges. Judges, how are you feeling about today's event?
I'm good.
Nervous.
Yeah,
Number 1,
nervous.
I think.
Yep. Why are you guys nervous about today?
Well, for me, I've never judged a competition before. Well, I did judge a cartwheel competition at a birthday party once. But other than that, I mean, it's just so intimidating because these images, like you said, are incredible.
Yeah.
So incredible.
Same here. Same here.
Yep, most definitely. Well, it's nice to have all you guys on today. Thank you for coming on and being a part of this and judging everyone's stuff today. This was a huge honor to have all 5 of you guys on today for this competition. So thank you guys for being here. And I'm sure everyone in the chat is also super thankful for that. So yeah, we are excited. So without waiting any further, let's start hopping into the new photographers category. Let's see. So let me pull this up. So this is going to be exciting. I think everyone is ready. We're pumped. Let's start going through the images. Just so you guys as viewers know, the judges are looking at a different screen that does not have the name of the photographer overlaid on their image. So these photos are still completely anonymous to them, and they can't see your chat either. So all you guys that are chatting, hello to them. Unfortunately, I can't see you right now, but that's a good thing because we don't want any spoilers to be ruined to them. I'm sure a lot of them will wind up checking this out afterwards. So you guys can feel free to comment amongst yourselves, and they won't see your comments about anything that's going on. Also, don't vote yet for the popular vote. I will let you guys know when the time comes for that. So don't rush into that and do that before the time comes. I know it's exciting and I know it's you guys are wanting to get into it, but let's just hold off on that and I will let you guys know. But do keep in mind which images you wind up liking the most. So let's hop into the new photographers category. So for the new photographers category, judging in this category is wildlife photographers that are just getting into the hobby. The goal of this category is to demonstrate a shot that showcases the best of your newly learnt ability. This category is only open to wildlife photographers that have been doing it for 2 years or less. So let's introduce the new photographers category. All right, and starting off, we have image number 1. So image number 1N of a California quail. So judges are going to be working on submitting their images right now, or submitting their votes, my bad. And for those of you who are looking to think about which which one you want to vote for the popular vote. That image in the top right corner. So number, for example, this one is number 1N. That will be how you will wind up voting in the future. But again, do not submit your votes yet. So California quail, new photographers category. And I have my beautiful wife helping me behind the scenes. So huge shout out to her. All right. We're getting our submissions in. Okay. All right. And it looks like we have all our votes submitted in for that one. So we are going on to image number 2. We have this image of a golden plover here. Beautiful image. And feel free to send messages into the chat, letting us know what you guys are liking, what you guys like about each image. We'd love to, I'll definitely be going back through this in the future, looking through all of your guys' comments and stuff like that. And I'm even currently monitoring some of it, so. Judges are working to submit their votes. Good thoughts being shared in the chat. I love it. All right, and all votes are submitted, so we're moving into image number 3. This image here of a flycatcher.
Holy moly.
And the crazy thing is this is just the new photographers. So much skill for 2 years and under. I definitely don't know if I was this skilled.
I think it was like 5 years before I took an image that I could be proud of. So this is
Yeah.
I think at the moment I thought it was great, and then you go back and look at it and you're like, oh, geez.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't so good. I love it. Great thought submitted into the chat. I love it. All right, and we are moving on to image number 4. Image number 4 here of the deer. Love the thoughts being shared. I love the engagement right now in the group chat, you guys. This is awesome. We hope to be encouraging to every single person in this event. And yes, this is a contest, and yes, we are going to be picky. The judges are going to be picky with who wins, but ultimately it's only because we've gotten so many amazing images that we can even be picky in the first place. So great shots, you guys. I would add in my thoughts, but I do not want to manipulate the judges' thoughts at all right now. All right, so image number 5, image of a yellow-rumped warbler. Great image here. I love the diversity of images that were submitted into the new photographers category. All right, and judges are wrapping up their votes. All right, and moving on to image number 6. Got an image of a puffin here. Yes, these are brand new photographers, Kevin. These are crazy good photos for only 2 years or less. All of the images submitted into this category were shot by photographers that have been doing it for 2 years or less, dedicated into wildlife photography. Really glad we were able to have this category. We got a lot of submissions to it. I think a lot of people really enjoyed having a category that was open specifically more for people that are starting out. And yeah, we've gotten some great results. Judges are submitting their votes. All right. And we've got votes wrapped up for that image. So we're moving on to image number 7. Right here of the yellow warbler. Portrait image close up on him. Man, I felt bad for the judges when I got all of the submissions at the end of the submission window, August 26th, and I was sending them over to the judges. I was just thinking in my head, man, this is going to be tough. And pretty much almost all of the judges emailed me back saying that this was one of the hardest things that they've ever had to do. So you guys submitted some great images across every single category, and was very, very cool to see. And the judges also have the high resolution files for all these images, so they are able to see these images in more detail. I know on the live stream, it's going to be lowering the quality quite a bit, but yeah, just so you guys know. So moving on to image number 8. Got this image here out in what seems to be like a wheat field, something like that. Gorgeous image. Great shots, you guys. I'm not sure about the bird in this image, actually. I believe this is one that is not from not from the United States and not from territory that I'm used to. So I'm not sure, Franklin, about which bird species this is specifically.
I think this is like a kind of yellow wagtail.
Perfect. So Tron knows yellow wagtail is the verdict. Great images, you guys. Judges have wrapped up their votes. So image number 9. Image of the 2 grebes, neck to neck nearly. Awesome behavioral image here. Again, one of the cool things about the new photographers category was that we got such a variety of types of images submitted to it. So all the other ones were specific, but new photographers, it was open to whatever they kind of wanted to represent. So we got a lot of diversity in this category. All right, and votes are submitted for that. And finally, we have image number 10. The horned lark. It's a colorful background. Beautiful image here.
No, it's a hard one.
It's a hard one. They are all very difficult. It's going to be incredibly difficult to choose the winner. All right. Judges are getting their last votes finalized. All right. And all the votes are submitted for the initial category judging of the new photographers category. So what we're going to be doing next is we're going to be going through the vote while we're tallying up the scores in the background. So we have some calculations going on in the background. While all that's happening, we're going to be showing the popular vote or the images for the popular vote once again. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be going through images 1 through 10. All again, I'm going to be showing them to you guys. Remember as we go through them. So you've seen them once, you kind of know what you like, what you don't like as much already. We're going to go through them one more time, and you guys are going to have a chance to see all the numbers once again. Choose whichever number you like the most. And at the end, when I tell you guys to go, I will put a timer up on screen, a 30-second timer, and you guys will be able to submit into the chat the image that you want to vote for. You get one vote, so only submit one vote. Otherwise, you will be disqualified, and you can't change your vote after you submit it, so make sure you like what you submitted. So, going back through the images one more time. First, we have the image of the California quail, image number 1. Image number 2, we have the image of the golden plover. Image number 3, we have the image of the flycatcher. Image number 4, we have the image of the deer. Image number 5, we have the image of the yellow-rumped warbler. Image number 6, we have the image of the puffin. Image number 7, we have the image of the warbler, yellow warbler here. Image number 8, we have the image of the wagtail. Image number 9, we have the image of the two grebes. And lastly, image number 10, we have the image of the horned lark. All right, you guys. So now it's time to vote for which one you liked most. So again, in the chat, type in the number that you liked most. We got some votes coming in already. Jason, wildlife was open for submissions in this category. You could submit any type of wildlife, not just birds, to any category except the birdscape. It just happened to be that people were submitting a ton of bird images. So, all right.
But we had the deer, right?
Yes, we did have the deer. You're correct. Yep. 1. All right, and closed. So cut the chat off now. And as we are tallying up these votes in the background, we are going to move on to the first, second, and third place. So let me get this sorted out for us really quick. All right. Thanks you guys for being patient with me. Okay, so, oh man, this is gonna be tough. Looks like we got a tie for second, you guys.
No.
All right, judges. So let's bring you back on. Let's see. So we've got a tie for second. We have a clear first place winner, but we do have a tie for second between two images. So what we're going to do is we're going to give the judges a chance to talk about what they like between these two images as we're calculating up the popular votes in the category or the background as well. So we're going to talk about these two images, what they kind of liked, maybe what they didn't quite score it as high on, and what's keeping it from being a first place or a clear second place winner. So out of these two images, one will get second place, one will get third place. So to start out in the new photographers category, tied for second, we have image number 5 of the yellow-rumped warbler. Man, what a great image. Judges, what did you kind of like about this image?
There's a lot to like about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, I like the head turn. You've got a little bit of light hitting the head just right. I like this branch that's just framing the bird really nicely. It's like it's caught in a moment, like it was caught preening and it's kind of looking at you like, hey, do you mind? You know, like that's what I hear when that bird is just like, hey, do you mind? I'm trying to, you know, I'm minding my business here, like mind yours, you know. It's just, yeah, it's a great image, really good.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing that stood out there is the whole look of the image with the light, the background, the framing, as you said, and the posture, almost like a guilty bird. But the thing also that the bird is like mid-center, is still well balanced picture.
Agreed.
So it's not like heavily overbalanced on one of the other sides. It's perfect balance because of all the elements around this image here, and a beautiful technical picture as well, with sharpness and everything comes together here. So I really like this picture here. This was one of the pictures that really stood out to me.
Yeah, same.
Well done.
Beautiful. Any other thoughts?
I mean, I'm not the super bird photographer, let's say, but for me, it was a bit, the bird looks really sharp. The bird is caught by surprise, let's say, like how he's looking over the shoulder, really nice. The color on the back of the bird is really nice. And in one way, it's nice how the branch is framing it. But the one little thing which is like, I mean, we're talking about new photographers, it's an incredible image. That the branch is like cut on one side, like with the leaf, is a bit disrupting for me in any case. That's like the only downside I really have to say about this composition. That would be the only thing. But besides that, the light is also really nice. It's hard to say until we know the second photo, I guess.
Yep. Yeah.
I just want to say that this was my clear winner. I when I saw this image, I thought it had all the elements. It was character, the lighting. I felt like I'm kind of looking over the photographer's shoulder as he took this image. You know what I mean? So I felt like I was being brought along. It looks like something I would hang up in my living room. And that's really what kind of does it for me. And you know, kudos to whoever took this photo. What a great moment. What a beautiful bird. And to top it off, it's a common bird. So they took a common bird and made it extraordinary. So to me, I loved it. It was my top image, and I'm sad to see that it went second, but you know, you guys.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, let's pop up the second image that's in this tie. So image number 8, we have, this was the wagtail. That's what it was, the wagtail. So image number 8, the wagtail is tied with that other image according to your guys' initial votes. So, judges, what did you kind of like about this image?
It has I like the colors. It's got some very interesting combination of colors here that kind of give it just a really interesting vibe. Kind of the browns, oranges mixed with the greens. The whole thing has got really nice color. For me, what kept this one from being in the top 3 was it looks a little over sharpened. So just a little extra crispy. Which nudged it out of, you know, from that would keep it from, you know, like against the yellow-rumped warbler. My preference would be the yellow-rumped warbler. It just looked a little bit cleaner overall.
Yep. Cool.
Anybody else?
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
Just shortly, from my point of view, I think it's really nice that the bird is shown in the environment while we have an element which is in focus, and while the rest is out of focus. It makes it for me really interesting from the setting. Though I think in the detail it's a tiny bit maybe, I'm not that good at editing myself, so I'm not sure if it's a bit too over sharpened maybe, but I'm not sure if that's what I mean.
So once again, you have a picture that is actually well balanced, even though it's mid-centered. But what is making me choose the warbler against this one here is you have a lot of dead space on top, which can, I'm not sure if it's adding to the picture in the whole, but the character and the light, the mythical light in the warbler picture, it is more interesting and has a more character. So therefore, my vote would go to the warbler here.
Yeah. Any thoughts, Evan, about image number 8?
Yeah, I agree with everything that's been said. Really, I really love the colors here. It's really well balanced, and this kind of arching wheat that the bird is sitting on is really nice. But like Tron was saying, the dead space I don't like as much, and the edit just feels a little bit too punchy and a little bit too sharp for me on the bird specifically, which is why I chose the other image over this one.
Cool. So it sounds like we're ready to vote. Let's go ahead and submit our votes, judges. And just so you guys as the audience know, for the second place vote, so judges are voting on a scale of 1 to 10 once again. So we have overall 1 to 10 score that each judge was scoring these by. 10 being an absolutely perfect image, 1 being absolutely the worst image you've ever seen, which no one got 1s, I'm assuming. But so they all voted on a scale of 1 to 10, and the overall score combining all of their 5 scores for these second place images was 38. So we had a score of 38 on both of these 2 images. So great scores here. Yeah, so let's see who the judges are deciding as the winner. I love all the participation in the chat, by the way, you guys. I love everything you guys are sharing, how encouraging you guys are being to one another, and what you guys are saying, the comments you're making, just super, super cool. Hello, everyone that's joining us currently. Awesome to have you guys on here, and yeah, hope you enjoy the rest of this event. All right, so. Okay, you guys. Looks like we have our winner. Okay, so. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Second or third place? Judges, what do you vote? Second or third place showing first? What's the build up for you guys?
Let's see second. Let's see
Yeah,
who won that second
Yeah,
place.
that makes more sense. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
See it.
So, second place winner for the new photographers category for this year. So we have image number 5, shot by Jerry Ling of the Yellow-Rumped Warbler. What a fantastic, fantastic image. Judges have already kind of shared their thoughts, so yeah, so we'll just kind of move forward from there. But what a great
Nailed
image.
it.
Everything
So
that the
good.
judges said was spot on. Jerry really did nail this and had almost all the things dialed in. So fantastic job and fantastic lighting and pose on this bird. And that means for our third place winner, we then have image number 8. By Arcadius. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but of the wagtail. So great image here as well. And I forgot to mention the name of the last image. Second place winner was Jerry Ling. So congratulations, Jerry Ling and Arcadius. I'm probably pronouncing that name very wrong, but yeah, congratulations to both of you two. So with that being said, go ahead.
Yeah, both well done.
Both very well done. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's hop into the first place winner. So let's announce the first place winner. Judges don't know who this is yet, but this image is very well deserved. So this will be exciting to show this. All right. So first place winner. All right. So we got an awesome turnout here. First place winner winning a mentorship with me and a Birdscapes starter pack is the image of the puffin in flight by Jimmy Svensson. Great image here. So this is image number 6. And yeah, fantastic image here. Judges, what did you kind of like about this image?
Everything.
I mean, yeah.
Everything.
If you have experience with puffins, I mean, photographing puffins that are sitting at the cliffs is kind of easy in a lot of situations. Photographing a puffin in flight as a beginner is not easy. So that this photo is sharp in the first place without anything else in consideration is already a great image.
Yep.
I like the untraditional portrait mode here, the cropping in portraits here. It makes the stand out from other flight shots of the puffin, and of course the rain is adding to the whole of the feeling and motion in the picture.
Yeah.
So well done.
Yeah, I just want to speak to the technical aspect of this. It's not easy to get the shot right, but more importantly, the shutter speed seemed like it was just perfect because you got that little rain streak instead of just frozen dots, right? They could have dialed it up to 6,000, exposure, but it's just slow enough shutter speed where you got those little streaks of rain, and there's just a touch of blur in the tips of those wings down at the bottom that kind of adds that little element. But then you zoom in on the face, which I've got it blown up right now, tack sharp. I mean, just razor perfect sharp. And not over sharpened in the editing. Kudos to the photographer. I mean, that's professional. If this is year 2 for you, I can't wait to see what year 3 looks like, because this is amazing.
Yep. Yeah, those were some great comments, Josh, about the slight bit of blur where you want it, and then the perfectly tack sharp where you don't, where you want it sharp. So yeah. Any other thoughts?
Yeah. No, go ahead.
The slightly stretched raindrops that imply a little bit of motion might seem like a really small thing, but that was something that really helped the image stand out to me, because it helps really convey how fast this bird is moving and the motion. If those raindrops were frozen, I think it'd be a very different image.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, man, if these guys are like, first, second year photographers, this is an impressive submission, for people who have only been doing this a year or two. I mean, just out of the gate, this is really impressive to see this level of quality and artistry. And I'm looking back at my first and second years, I look back and cringe sometimes, looking at my old photos, like, man, what was I thinking, but these guys are, guys, girls, whatever, are just, producing some really great stuff. So well done, everyone.
Yep.
It looks really great.
Yep.
Keep it up.
Congratulations, Jimmy, on winning the category for new photographers. So great image there. And we aren't done yet. We have the popular vote going on still. So yeah, thanks for all the feedback, judges. That was some great stuff that you guys shared. And congratulations, Jimmy. Congratulations, Arcadius. I'm still not pronouncing that right, probably. And congratulations, Jerry, all 3 of you. So let's show up the popular vote now. So the popular winner for the new photographers category. All right. So we got a new one here, not one that was already placed for second or third. We have a new one coming up. So let's introduce this here. All right. And for the winner of the popular vote in the new photographers category, we have image number 9 of the Great Crested Grebes by Eric Anderson. Congratulations, nice. Eric. Great image going on here. I love I love the courtship kind of most likely going on in this image, them face to face. Judges, what did you kind of like about this image?
Yeah, I love the intimacy between these two birds. You've got really nice symmetry and balance in it. you know, getting low, of course, you know, is really great here. You got some water droplets on the back, just like it's a really beautiful image. You know, the colors and everything work really well. So nicely done.
Yep, most definitely.
I have been photographing the graves in many years, and I know how much effort it takes to get the light right, this like posture right, and everything happen close enough that you don't need to crop it in. So it takes a lot of time. Of course, you can get lucky, but I know that everything coming together right there, you need to put in time to get that correct, though.
Yep.
And I love photographing the graves. They are so beautiful and have some cool character.
Yeah. We've all seen you and Gunnar in all your videos with great crested greaves in them. So, yep. Yeah. You guys would understand better than the rest of us how hard it is. Yeah.
I mean, I just photographed them this year, like, and I have them in 2 videos. I don't have any experience that Trond has with them. Definitely not. But I know at least how hard it is to photograph them that low to the water level. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this was my number one. Like I voted this one. This was my winner. I just loved this image. It was really nice.
Yeah.
So well done.
Yep. Great job, Eric. Cool. That was a fantastic set of new photographers' images. What an incredible start to the event, and it's only going to get more and more exciting as we go on. So next, let's hop into the creative category. So the creative category is a category in which we actually had the least of the 3 main categories in terms of submissions. So we had a lot less submissions into this category than the other 2, but the competition was not by any means close to insufficient or bad. So super excited to see what we wind up doing today. So the creative photographers category focuses on using unique photo capture techniques and creative photo editing techniques to bring out aspects of wildlife photography images that would be unable to be captured otherwise. So without waiting any longer, let's hop into the creative category. All right, and starting out, we have image number 1 of the bird backlit in flight. So again, when we get to the popular vote in a bit, so do not submit your votes for the popular vote yet. But when we do get to the popular vote at the end, the number in the top right corner will be what you use to vote. So this one is number 1C, and that's what you will use in the future to vote. Do not send in your votings yet. Great image though. Creative category. So again, focusing on unique techniques of capturing the image and unique editing. All right. And judges have wrapped up their votes. We have image number 2. Great macro wildlife image going on here. Got some backlighting going on. Some cool lens effects. Love this image. All right. The votes are getting tallied up for this one. And moving on to image number 3, we have an image of 2 terns silhouetted by the sunset. Great image here. We wound up getting quite a bit of silhouetted images that wound up making the finals in the creative category. I love the engagement in the chat. Very, very cool to see. Thanks you guys for being so encouraging about everything. This is awesome. All right. We have image number 4. We got a hippo in the water. Black and white. Got a bunch of mist going on around him or her. I love the uniqueness of all these images that we wound up getting or wound up having submitted into the creative category. Many more unique images still to come in the second half. All right, and moving on to image number 5. Got an image of a pelican. A high key image here going on against a high key background. Yeah, got some nice creative editing take on it. And just so you guys know, these images are not particularly listed in any order, 1 through 10. They're pretty randomized throughout this, so the way that these are being presented, numbers 1 through 10, are not in any certain order. Great image here, and judges are wrapping up their votes in this category. And we've got image number 6. Creative image going on here of another great crested grebe. Unique style of photography going on here. Super cool to see all the different things, all the different styles and techniques that were used in this category. Great image. And moving on to image number 7. Got a sandpiper in the distance with a little bit of glow from the sun being reflected off of the sand and silhouetting him. Great comment. Some awesome storytelling in these images. I love the stories being shared and being shown in these images, and it's truly amazing to see all the different creative shots that were submitted. Man, judges, I'm feeling bad for you. Got some tough choices. All right. Moving on to image number 8. Got an image, black and white image with a lot of bokeh all over the foreground and background here. Some incredible shots. I think we wound up having 2 to 3 black and white images submitted into this category, so it's interesting to see how people lean towards some black and white in the creative category specifically, whereas I don't believe we had any that made the finalists in the other categories. Looks great. And moving on to image number 9. We have an image of some sort of egret or heron with bokeh balls in the background, shot late at night or super early in the morning. Or early at night, I should say, or late, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. In the dark, in the dark. Really creative vision going on here. I feel like the creative category might be the hardest to judge too, because you have such a diversity going on amongst these top level images, top tier images. So. All right, and we're getting image number 9 wrapped up. And we have image number 10. A wren backlit by the moon, it seems to be. I believe that is the moon. Again, possibly nighttime or very late evening, something like that going on here. Very cool. All right, and it looks like that wraps up our judge votes. My wife in the background was giving me some good smirks throughout that time, so it looks like we got some pretty good scores going on from the judges. So what we're going to be doing again is we're going to be going into the popular vote very soon, shortly here, as we are getting this tallied up in the background, the judges' scores, and we're getting the results back in. So I'm going to be going into the popular vote. For this popular vote, what I'm going to do first is show all 10 images. If you weren't here before and you need a reminder, there's numbers in the top right corner of each of these images. So what you guys will do is when I tell you guys to go and start submitting your votes, you will submit one vote. Only one vote will count, so you cannot submit multiple votes. You will submit one vote for the image that you choose and you think that is best for the category. So wait until I pop up that timer to start submitting, and then once that timer is closed, no more votes will be accepted. So starting off with, again, image number 1. So we got the backlit bird in flight. Image number 2. We have a macro image going on here with the insect. Image number 3, we have the terns at sunset, silhouetted. Amazing images. Image number 4, we have the hippo blowing water. Image number 5, we have the high key image of the pelican. Image number 6, we have the great crested grebe, some slow motion, not slow motion, we have some motion blur going on, slow shutter speed. Image number 7, we have the sandpiper, silhouetted by the sun reflecting on the sand. Image number 8, we have the coot with the bokeh balls all over the foreground and background. All are so good. This is rough. Image number 9, we have the egret with the bokeh ball lighting in the background in the dark. And finally, image number 10, we have the wren silhouetted by the moon. And yes, you guys will notice that we had a pretty big, I should just say, a pretty good sweep going on across half this category. All right, you guys, so time has come. You guys can feel free to submit your votes into the chat. So again, type in, for example, type in 3C, 7C, 1C, whatever one you want to vote on, type in the number and the letter. Sorry about that. There's the timer. I clicked the wrong button. Whew. This is intense,
I just want to
guys.
say, I feel like your wife has all the tough duties here. Having to tally all this up.
Yep. She was stressed pretty hard yesterday during run through. So yep. I would love to bring her on camera, but she hates being on the camera. So yep. 3.
This category was tough. And I found myself going back and forth on a bunch of them, like just having a hard time deciding, how to place these. So
how do you judge these images? Yeah,
it was tough. Yeah.
Yep, most definitely. All right. So, very cool. All right, we have stopped the votes for the popular vote for this category. So I believe we are getting them calculated up in the background right now. Can I see the first, second, and third? Okay. All right, you guys. So we are going to get into the judging for first, second, and third. All right, thanks you. Okay, so we have the results in for the creative category from the judges. All right, so we have a clear winner on first, second, and third in the creative category. So good job, judges. Don't need to go through any high stakes discussion here. But yeah, we have some clear winners. So let's get these pulled up. So coming in third place with a score of 37 overall from the judges. All right, coming into third place, we have, sponsored by QUIKCAMO and winning a ghillie suit setup and camouflage gear, is Crystal Megalore with her macro wildlife image of the insect. And I was trying to think of what insect this was. Does anyone know off the top of their heads? I'm not versed in my insects very well. Probably someone will know in the chat. Crystal will probably know. She's in the chat.
Looks like some sort of grasshopper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that.
So.
Yeah, great image. Judges, what did you guys kind of think of this image? Katie did. That's what we got.
Katie did, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean,
it definitely
for
pulls
me,
you in.
Yeah.
Go for it.
It's magical.
Proximity.
That's what I say.
Yeah. I mean, this was like really hard. First of all, like the whole voting, like the ones that I like, all were really good, but the ones that I would place like in the top 4, they were really close together. And this one here got like from me like the second highest vote, so 9, and only 2 photos got a 9 and 1 got a 10. So really close together there. Was really hard.
When I saw this now on my screen, I saw the small pupils in the eyes, almost like an angry.
Yeah.
I felt like this was looking at me and what are you doing, man? So it was really, really cool, like a look on the image on the grasshopper. Oh yeah, I don't know what it was, but a really, really cool image.
Yep. Yeah.
I love macro.
Beyond just the subject itself, I mean, you just get lost in the image. You go up to the top left and you see the little blur of light shimmering, and then you go to the bottom center and you see those little bokeh renderings or whatever that is, diffraction or refraction. And then over to the the top right, you get those shadows that kind of blend in with that bokeh. Everything about that image is like I said, just magical, like a fairy tale almost. I love it.
Yep, most definitely. Yeah, there's some incredible stuff going on in that image. And yeah, the pupils are probably, I'm assuming, not showing up in the live stream. So unfortunately, you guys in the chat can't see that because the resolution is just getting downgraded on YouTube. But there are just these tiny, tiny pupils being represented in those eyes there that are gorgeous that Trond was talking about. Any other thoughts, judges?
I felt like this was probably the most unique photo in the whole competition to me. This is one that really stood out as just a very, very unique photo. And if I'm not mistaken, it was one of the only, if not the only, insect photo.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, most definitely. I think, I'm trying to remember pre-finalists. I do not remember, but definitely into the finalists, this was the only insect image. Yes. So yeah, great thoughts. I love everything you guys were sharing. Great job, Crystal. Congratulations. Let's get into the second place winner for the creative category. So we have with the score 1 higher than the previous score in third place. So with a score of 38 overall, second place. So second place, sponsored by Titanium Micro, winning a solid state external hard drive, and TOPAZ Labs winning a download of TOPAZ denoise, is none other than Nathan Watson with his high key image number 5 of the Pelican. What an incredible image here going on. Man, judges, what did you kind of like about this image?
It was, like you mentioned, the high key that is really standing out with that white birdish, and you got a little yellow framing around the eye there, so you can get a little bit color. But I love the high keys and low keys pictures. They are always a fun to look at, and also the pictures you probably want to hang on your wall. So yeah, really a good job.
Yeah, great thoughts there.
I like the way the edges of the subject disappeared into the background. I know that's, high key can kind of go, in a lot of different directions, but when the subject disappears or fades, like the head of the bird just fades away into that white. And I love the way they kept that saturation just perfect on that blue and yellow in the bill. Man, just a gorgeous image. Like Tron said, hang it on the wall and be proud of that one. It's fantastic.
Yep. It's a great wall image. Yeah. Any other thoughts? Yeah, I loved just the detail going on in this image. It feels like it just totally pulls you into the subject. Is very creative and unique. And I mean, the bird, everything down technically was just right too. Like the bird angle and positioning against the camera was just ideal in my opinion. All the attention to detail, all the technicalities of it, how sharp it was, where things got blown out and exposed into the high key was just fantastic. So great job, Nathan. Great job. Great image, Nathan Watson. And congratulations on winning second place in the category. So yeah, wow, some amazing images so far. And now we're gonna be moving into first. Oh man, this is crazy. Okay, so let me get this pulled up and ready. So this one was a very, very clear winner. So this one got 6 points higher than the last one, which is a lot if you think about the way this is being scored. So it's had an overall score of 44, which means it almost averaged a 9. So incredible image here that we got going on. And let's pull this up. So first place. Sponsored by Hunt's Photo and Video, winning $250 in cash and a $250 Hunt's Photo and Video gift card, is image number 3 by Nathan Watson again, at sunset with the terns silhouetted against the sunset sky. What an incredible image here. Judges, what do you kind of think about this image? Why was this a very clear winner, it seemed like, for a lot of you guys, or at least way high up there? Too many good thoughts.
Yeah, I don't want to dominate the conversation. I was waiting for somebody else to go in, but this to me, it kind of goes back to a common situation, right? Like I've been in situations like this where there's birds flying in all over the place, and you're like, what do you do with this, right? So frame it in a way that's incredibly unique. Get the lighting right. Stop trying to, make sure you get the foreground light. And just, man, you've taken something that's an average moment and you've made it magical. And to me, that separates a pretty good photographer from an extraordinary photographer. Can you take those average moments and make them just awe-inspiring? And Nathan did that here. I mean, just hit it out the park with that. So almost perfect image in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah, that's great. Any other thoughts?
The thing about this image here is probably a picture that I see many times, but I don't take it. So I hate myself don't do that, because I always out there with my 500 millimeter trying to get as close as possible to get different kind of shots. But I always say to myself, once in a while, could you just go step a little bit further back and pull out a 70-200 and do something like this, because this is the kind of shots that's really interesting. And I love the balance of this image as well, how the black in the right and the light in the left there, and also from the coloration that's going from a strong color to lighter color on the bottom. Is also a cool little detail there. And perfect. If you like just spending some time looking at the image here, you can see a little bit motion between those two there. The one like just looking up at it, and the other one is like hanging above. And I really like how the total of this image is, and another great picture to hang on the wall. So it deserves a place on the wall, definitely.
Yep, most definitely. Great thoughts. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, I agree big time on everything that everyone said about this one, specifically what Tron was saying about the coloration kind of going from darker to lighter in that golden area. I think that really helps to pull the eye into the birds in the image, because your eye is generally going to travel from the darker areas to the lighter areas. So that really helps pull you into the birds. And I love the positioning of both birds as well. This one in the air, you've got perfect wing position captured here. And, down even to the feet, you can see all three toes on each foot. Just really great positioning, really great moment captured.
Yep. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. And just to tack onto that, even personally, I love there's so much beautifully offset balance in this image in such an artistic way of you have the thirds framing off to the left side of the frame, and the majority of the image is actually nothingness. It's just the black, and you have everything kind of set off to this corner, and it feels a little bit artistic and unbalanced or balanced in this kind of unstandard or untraditional type of way. And then like you were mentioning, you got the two heads looking opposite directions, even looking up and down opposite wise from each other. So some fantastic details and attention to detail, and just being able to pick out too, if this was shot in burst, being able to pick out which was the best of these burst moments. So I love that about this image. So great shot. And Nathan, congratulations. Congratulations on winning the creative category this year in the Bird Burger photo competition. So fantastic image. Let's hop into the popular vote for this category. So in the popular vote, this was a good one. Let me get this all prepped up. Sorry about this. Okay, there's so many buttons to push. Okay, so for the creative category, the popular vote goes to all right, so we have the winner of this image going to image number 7 by Jeffrey Kowalski with the backlit sandpiper against the sun. What an incredible image here. Man, this was just a unique take that I don't feel like I've seen very often at all before, with the sun kind of just bouncing off the sand beneath it, beneath the bird, but then getting the silhouette in that sand is just incredible. And then you also get the shadow from the sandpiper itself casted onto the sand, and just overall an amazing image. Judges, were there any other thoughts you had about image number 7 in this category? Congrats, Jeffrey. That was an amazing image.
Did Nathan get the clean sweep? Who was third place again on this one?
Crystal, I believe. So it's Crystal, third place.
Okay, so
second place,
clean sweep.
Second place, Nathan. First place, Nathan. And then this image was Jeffrey.
Yeah. So just so everyone knows, the judges, we have a little chat on the side, and we're all just going over the fact that it was incredibly difficult. And I can't, we can't say that enough. I mean, any one of these, depending on who they're pinned against, could be winners, right? I mean, the technically they're just beautiful images, and kudos to everyone that entered in this category, because creativity is kind of a subjective thing, but when you get it right, it does something to the senses, right? And anybody can look at it and say that's pretty amazing. And in my opinion, there were 6 images in this that could have won it. Right off straight up, I wouldn't have been surprised between 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah.
So fantastic job.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, it's super subjective, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
I mean, it's
Yep.
It's so tough. I mean, you judge it on so many different, there's so many things to look at, so many things to consider. And I think everybody did a bang up job. So, I mean, yeah.
Yep. Most definitely. Any thoughts on image number 7 specifically? What stood out to you guys about that photo, or what did you guys like about that one?
I love the colors. Those pinks are just, those warm, dark, almost dark kind of pinkish red is just really nice with the purple. It's nice to see that bird just kind of right there, like I know that it's tough, you're in that situation, and these birds, like, they don't stand still for long, they'll stop and then it's like, from experience, you get in position and then they take off again right when you're about to shoot. So to get this lined up is not an easy thing, just because they're always on the go. And so well done on the timing on this one. That couldn't have been easy to get this all lined up like this. So
yep, most definitely. Great stuff. Yeah, it's pretty much perfectly centered there too. Yep, so hard to line up. Very cool. Well,
I mean, this category, yeah.
Go ahead, Gunnar. Go ahead.
I mean, this category seems to be like the toughest one, of course, because you have to consider which technique it's used, maybe how it is edited. But I also see that we all agree that it was really hard to rate these photos. I think we quite see some difference in what we actually thought was really the winner, because people really looked a bit of different aspects. So definitely shout outs to, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say my favorites, for example, but
yeah,
if that's okay. Yeah, I mean, picture 9 and 10 were for me incredibly nice pictures. They were in my top 3. So really well done there.
Yep. Yeah, fantastic. Great thoughts shared there. That was some high competition in that category, and man, the judges, that was really a brutal one for you guys to judge. So thank you guys for doing that, and thank you for judging those well. So congratulations to everyone. Congratulations to Nathan, congratulations to Crystal, and congratulations to Jeffrey for winning first, second, third, and popular. So next we're going to be hopping into the birdscapes category. So the birdscapes category focuses not only on capturing a beautiful image of the bird, but also the relationship between the bird and the environment that it's found in. So for the birdscapes category, let's introduce this now. All right, and starting off with image number 1B in the birdscapes category. We have image of the great blue heron being kissed by the sun ever so slightly. This is one that might be especially hard to see on a phone if you're viewing this on a phone currently, the live stream, but it's just a little bit of sunlight being grazed on the head of the great blue heron. For those of you that are viewing in the audience, all judges are viewing this on a bigger screen, so. And this is the birdscape category. So once again, this focuses on a combination of subject, bird specifically. So this was our only bird specific subject or category, but this is bird specifically. So focusing on the subject and its place in the environment and how that overall creates a story and an aesthetic to the image. All right. And moving on to image number 2. Got an image here of a great horned owl looking down into the brush.
I think that's a long-eared owl, Jeremy.
Correct. Good catch. Good catch. Long-eared owl. Man, Jamin's over here trying to humiliate. No.
And I'm over here believing you.
Yeah, that's a good catch. Long-eared owl going on there. Very good catch. I photographed both of them before too, so I think just instinctively,
It's on my dream list.
Is it? Don't have them up in Alaska?
No, we don't get them.
I mean, we don't have them here, I guess.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah?
Yeah. The horned owl is here in Norway.
Longhorned. Short-eared. No, wait. Which one?
Short-eared owl is also here. Yeah.
Yeah, short-eared. I know. Yeah. Great horned. And what was the other again?
Long-eared. So long-eared, short-eared,
Long-eared.
great horned.
Okay, but do we have long-eared here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Leos. Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Moving on to. Oh, we're still getting the votes submitted. We got distracted. Sorry, guys. Still getting the vote submitted. All right. And we're on image number 3. So got a cool atmospheric effect going on here. The small bird on a perch. Very cool image here. And we're getting the votes wrapped up. Okay, and moving on to image number 4. Got an image in a yellow flower field here. A bird singing, calling up into the sky. All right. And getting the votes wrapped up for this image. And moving on to image number 5. Got an image of a loon out on a lake or a pond against a backlit sun. Beautiful, mysterious image here. Man, great images submitted, you guys. Every single category. It's very difficult to judge. All right, and getting the votes wrapped up for this image. Moving on to image number 6. Got a cormorant and a sea of cormorants. Seabird colonies. Cool thing to witness. Great lighting in this image, great atmosphere, great scene, cool moment. All right. And moving on to image number 7. I have a pelican swimming out in the distance. Against a unique backdrop. And judges are submitting their votes. And moving on to image number 8. We have some sort of maybe merganser, duck, some sort of waterfowl swimming out in the distance against a misty sunrise or sunset. Peering through the trees here. You know it's intense when everyone's concentrating so hard. All right. And votes are getting submitted. Still working on getting those votes in. Got some intense competition in this category.
Sorry, I was muted. Which one are we on right now? 8 or 9?
We are on 8, but we are about to switch into 9.
Okay, gotcha.
Not
All right.
my fault that we're still here.
I was afraid it was mine. So I'm like, all right, did I do the right thing?
No, you're good. I think we got them all, so we are now on number 9. So moving into image number 9, the great egret out in the distance. Almost high key, but not quite. Rather a misty type of white feel. Beautiful images. Judges are working to get their votes wrapped up on this image. And moving into image number 10. We've got a great egret again, but totally different take on it. Much darker image and against a much taller background, to say the least. Great submissions here, guys. Incredible set of 10 images. Unbelievable. And let's see. Judges are wrapped up voting. So that is the end of the judges' initial voting for the birdscape category. Next, we're going to be moving into the popular vote for this category. Do not vote yet. So as a reminder, if you're just coming on or you need an update or a reminder again, there will be numbers in the top right corner of each photo. It'll say, for example, 3B, 5B, 6B, 10B, whatever you want to vote for, that'll be what you use. You have one vote, so submit one vote into the chat and one vote only. If you count more, it will not be counted. So at the end, after I show through all 10 images, I will put up a timer on screen and you guys will have a chance to submit your vote. So we're going to cycle through all 10 so you guys have a chance to see them again, and we'll look through them. So image number 1 coming up here on the birdscapes category. Image number 1B, image of the great blue heron, kissed by the sun. Image number 2, image of the long-eared owl looking down into the brush. And question in the chat, how are the top 10 images selected? So to select the finalists, the judges did some preliminary judging. It would have been impossibly long. This live stream would have been 24 hours long if we were to show every single image submitted to the competition and judge them all live. So we had to do some initial narrowing down. So we narrowed it down to 10 finalists in each category to answer that question in the chat. Moving on to image number 3. And all the judging for the finalists was, again, done anonymously. So the judges did not know the names of those who submitted. Image number 4. The image of the bird singing up out of the yellow flowers. Image number 5. Got the Pacific loon out on the lake. Against a sunlit background, or a sun, kind of a lens flare in the background. Image number 6, we have a cormorant in a sea of cormorants. Seabird in a sea of cormorants. It's a bad joke. Image number 7, we got a pelican and an interesting backdrop and setting around it. Image number 8, we got some sort of waterfowl swimming out against a misty sunrise or sunset. These are also good. They are hard to choose from, you guys. Image number 9, we've got a great egret out in the distance. Nice landscape image here. Very clean all around it. And image number 10, we have another great egret against a bunch of tall pom-pom grasses. I don't know what those are called. My father would probably know. I do not. He's a plant guy. All right, so you guys, we are about to hop into the voting. So again, submit the number and letter of the image you want to vote for this category. We have 30 seconds going up on the clock now. So submit the letter and number into the chat. Get one vote. When the timer runs out, there will be no more votes accepted. Three, 2, 1, 0. Beautiful. All right. So votes are now closed in the chat. All right. Amazing stuff, you guys. And looks like we got the results in from the judges. Let me make sure I got this down really quick. All right. So we have the results in for the birdscape judges and which ones placed first, second, and third. We do have clear winners in first, second, and third. So no discrepancies once again. Good job, judges. Although it was very close. Third place got 40 overall points or score. Second place had a score of 41 overall, so one higher. And first place had a score of 43 overall. So they were all within 3 points of each other. So very, very close on this one. Closest of all the categories that we've done so far. All right. So without waiting any longer, let's hop into this. Are you guys ready? So third place. Third place. Sponsored here by QUIKCAMO once again, winning a camouflage gear setup is none other than image number 5 by Sergius Hanan. Image number 5B of the Pacific Loon out on the lake in this misty, mystical setting, morning with a backlit sun. This kind of lens flare that we got going on. Judges, what did you kind of like about this image?
The mood is really, really nice here. The light coming in and a perfect composition also with the mist over the water. So you have so many elements here, which made this really like outstanding image with a lot of feelings and motions in the picture. So that stood out for me.
Yeah, Sergius is great with bringing out the mood. I shoot with him, and he's definitely got a knack for like just this moody atmosphere. And yeah, he really caught some magic here. The light that's coming in, it's really dramatic. So nicely done.
Yep.
It almost feels like a black and white image with these 2 splashes of gold in it that I think is a really cool effect. And like everyone else said, the mood of this image is what really sells it the most for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Mood and atmosphere, for sure. And that the mist is like in that small spot where it's needed in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, there's such a good mood, and it feels like there's some sort of anticipation going on in this image of what's about to come, you know, and what's kind of not being shown in the shadows. So I love the story and just the whole aesthetic of this image. So great shot. Very, very cool. Great shot, Sergius. Congratulations on placing third place. And yeah, phenomenal image. So let's hop into the second place winner. So second place winner with 1 higher of a score overall in the birdscape category is second place. Sorry, sponsored by Titanium Micro, winning a solid state external hard drive and a download of Topaz Denoise. We have none other than image number 10 by Crystal Megalore of the Great Egret way out in the distance against these tall plumes in the background. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous landscape-like image here with a bird involved in it. And yeah, phenomenal image. Judges, what did you kind of like about this image?
For me, this defines birdscape, right? I mean, it's landscape with small in frame, it just everything about it. I looked at that image and I thought, what can improve this image? And honestly, nothing. It's like the white balance was right. That little reflection in the creativity where they positioned that horizontal line in the frame, because the water's got this interesting, almost like a painting feel to it. And then as you get above that water line, there's this realism that sets in. And then the balance of the image, like that oak tree or whatever that is off to the left, that cottonwood, that just kind of brings it all together. I got lost in that image. My eye went all over this image and I thought it was just absolutely stunning.
Yep.
So.
Yep, most definitely. Those are some great thoughts.
I agree. Birdscape is like that. It definitely embodies that concept really, really well. So, I mean, your eye goes right to the bird, you know?
Yep.
And then you start looking around and seeing the rest of it. So yeah, nice.
Yeah. We talk a lot about like depth of field isolation in wildlife photography, right? And other types of isolation. Color isolation is one that we sometimes talk about, but not as much. And this one is really interesting in the way that it really color isolates everything in the scene. Feels very kind of like an overcast orangish tint almost, or like a reddish or a brownish tint. I don't know how to describe that exactly, and then you have this singular thing that just really defines it, which is that great egret there. So great image there. I love that. Congratulations, Crystal. Great shot, great image, and congratulations on winning second place. So let's hop into the first place image. Oh man, you guys. All right, so our first place winner in the birdscapes category. So we got first place coming up, sponsored by Hunt's Photo and Video, winning a $250 Hunt's Photo and Video gift card and $250 in cash. This might not come as a surprise to some of you guys. It's image number 9 by Nathan Watson with the great egret and the misty kind of setting around it. Wow, what a phenomenal image. Man, we got such a fantastic pose going on here against just a very nice, open feel and atmosphere in this morning. Judges, what did you kind of like about this image?
I mean, for me, it's one of the images that made it to the top in any case. Like, I had only 2 that I voted max, and this one was surely in there. Which is a bit weird because I can tell from memory that I somehow didn't vote this photo back then in the top 10. I don't understand how that even happened.
Yeah.
Because now it's some weeks, right, since we did the first voting, and when I saw it now, I'm completely blown away this time.
Yeah. Great thoughts.
So I'm just the opposite of Gunnar. I'm looking at my scores. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the images were either a 9 or a 10, which meant I was incredibly torn. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to let you guys decide because I think they're all pretty much perfect. But this one was a solid 10, in my opinion. And once again, the reflections, white balance. I think this could have been ruined with the wrong white balance if it would have been more yellow. Yes. But the magenta tones to it, that morning misty coolness, it's like I can feel the icy air on my skin as I'm looking at it. You know what I mean? I can imagine myself laying down on the shore right there, and then just that moment of that bird flying in and hitting that water or getting ready to take off. Just awesome. I mean, come on. Who was that again? Nathan? Was that Nathan again? Come on, dude. You're just you are killing it, man.
You're just showing off now.
Is his Instagram posted up? Am I following this guy? Let me go to his webpage and buy some images for my home. This is incredible.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm jealous. I see that image and I'm jealous. You know what I mean? I'm like, I wish I would have captured that because it's so mystical.
And the composition on it too is just like really nicely composed. Really good.
Yeah, very well done. Fantastic shot, Nathan. Congratulations, Nathan, again for getting first in the birdscape category. And just so y'all know in the chat, I know I've seen all these images. I know who all these images obviously were right beforehand, even though the judges have not. But Nathan submitted a very healthy amount of images into this competition. He is an amazing photographer, so very well deserved. And great job, Nathan Watson, on everything. Great job to everyone who submitted into the birdscapes category. As the judges were saying, it was no easy task at all. There were a ton of amazing submissions into each category. The birdscape category had over 100 submissions into it with all very good images. So it was very hard to even nail down the finalists, much less choose these top 3 category winners. So congratulations to everyone. Congratulations to Nathan, Crystal, and Sergius. And now we're going to hop into the birdscape popular vote winner. So looks like we've got our results in. Give us 1 second. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so for the popular vote, let's get this going. So, popular vote winner for the birdscape category we have in the running for the $100 Hunts photo and video gift card, we have again Sergius Hanan with his image of the Pacific loon. So this was voted the favorite in the birdscape category. Again, man, we already talked about this image, but what a fantastic image. It really tells an amazing, amazing story, and it has just incredible aesthetic to it. There's such a beautiful kind of creative, artistic balance to the image, and such a good, it just makes you feel like you're kind of in the image with the loon. So fantastic image, Sergius. Fantastic shot. Congratulations on getting third place and winning the popular vote in the birdscape category. So great job, Sergius. So now we're going to be hopping into shortly. Let's get this set up correctly. We're going to be hopping into the portrait category. So in the portrait category, this category focuses on attentiveness to detail and capturing the wildlife subject and all of its intricate details. So let's hop into the portrait. So for the portrait category, image number 1, we have the swan with beads, water droplets, water beads rolling off the beak of the swan. So again, portrait is all about how can we capture the details and the intricacies of these subjects that we're looking at. Amazing image here.
It doesn't get easier.
Yeah, it does not get easier. Our portrait was
No.
the most submitted to category. So for everyone watching, this is definitely the most competitive category of all of them.
This one was extra hard.
Really is.
Still extra hard.
I actually thought birdscape was the hardest one, but this one was close second.
Yeah. Awesome. Getting the votes in for the judges. All right, and moving on to image number 2. We have the rock wren backlit by some reddish orange kind of bokeh in the background. Beautiful image here. Judges are working to submit their votes. All right. And votes are submitted. So moving on to image number 3. We have an image of, I believe, a red-tailed hawk here with some grass in its beak. What an interesting behavior to capture right here. Or an interesting moment. Man, amazing images, you guys. And I love the chat that's been going on. Thank you guys so much for just all of your encouragement to each other in the chat, for all your feedback. It's been very, very cool to see. Like we mentioned earlier on, we want this competition to be incredibly motivating, inspiring, and encouraging to everyone. So regardless of whether you were placed in the finals or not, we hope that it's motivation to get just even better. And we're just we're super glad for all you guys, and it was incredibly tough competition. So everyone really deserves recognition. So great job. Moving on to image number 4. We have a great gray owl in flight. Captured right in the moment. Fantastic image. And for those of you who are wanting feedback on your image, or even if any of you guys just want to see every image submitted into the competition, I'm going to be going live in 2 weeks from now. I completely forgot to put the live up ahead of time, so my apologies on that, but I will have it up by the end of today. And we will be going live in 2 weeks on a Friday. I believe that'll be Friday, September 23rd, if I remember correctly. And on that Friday, I will be showing all 300 images live. We'll be cycling through all of them. I'll be giving a quick word of encouragement about every single one. It's going to be a long live stream. And if you guys want to come on, I'm more than happy to give you guys feedback on your image. If you guys want to type into the chat a question about, what I think about your guys' image. Feel free to join us for that live if you guys are interested, or watch it after the live has gone live to see all images submitted to the event. And thank you guys for all the encouragement as well. Appreciate it. Moving on to image number 5. We have 2 owls in a cavity. Beautiful image here. Very intimate moment shared. Awesome. We're working on getting the votes wrapped up for this photo. All right, moving on to image number 6. We got a wren accented by the sun and singing on top of a rock. And for those of you guys who enjoyed this competition, we will definitely be coming back next year, doing the same thing again next year. This was awesome. It was a huge success this year, and honestly, I did not expect it to be as much of a success as it was. So this has been super exciting for me, and we will be coming back next year, so stay tuned. You guys should have all received an email from me, all participants into this competition. You should have already received an email with details leading up to this, but in case you missed it or went to your spam, make sure to check if you got any emails about the Bird Burger Awards. The winners from this event, I will be contacting you all via email, so make sure that you check your emails. Do not forget to check your emails and look for an email from me about the Bird Burger Awards if you won today. Love the feedback in the chat. Great job. Great images. And votes are wrapped up. Image number 7. Great image we got going on here. A backlit through the woods in the forest of a possum posed on a stick. Very cool image. Alexander mentioned in the comments, don't forget to announce your mentorship program, which I highly recommend. Alexander has been one of my students. I believe he did submit into the contest for the new photographers category. I worked with him for 6 months. If you guys haven't checked out my mentorship programs, I do have them available on my website. I offer one-on-one mentorships on a monthly recurring basis to people, and help them improve their wildlife photography through encouragement and critique. Might as well say wow for every photo, most definitely. These are all incredible. All right, we're wrapping up the votes for that image. And moving on to image number 8, we got the great gray owl with some sort of rodent caught in its beak. What an incredible shot. Beautiful image going on here. give us a moment. We are trying to figure out something. Technicality. Gonna leave it on this image number 8 for a second. All right, we're back. Got it figured out. And we are moving on to image number 9 now. Beautiful image here of a cormorant, the underside of a cormorant, not an angle often seen. Some great iridescent colors. Fantastic image here. And again, everyone just had absolutely phenomenal and fantastic images submitted into every category. So really, all of you guys just deserve recognition for your participation and engagement in this awards. And man, it was just really hard for the judges. It was super hard for them. So you guys all did a great job. All right, and lastly, moving on to image number 10. Have an image of a long-eared owl here. Fantastic portrait image where it's looking back over its shoulder again. All right, we're working on getting those final votes wrapped up. All right, and it looks like we have the votes wrapped up for this. So what we're going to be doing next is hopping into the popular vote. All right, you guys, this is our last category. It's our last category. Again, we'll be doing the popular vote total final winner at the very, very end. So stick around still, but this is the last category that you'll be voting on in terms of a category popular winner. And so just as a reminder, if you weren't here before, numbers are shown up in the top right corner. So for example, you'll vote for number 2P, 8P, 1P, whatever you like the most out of these 10 images. Don't submit your votes yet. I will tell you when to start submitting your votes. You get 1 vote. Do not submit multiple votes or your vote will be disqualified and will not count. You'll have 30 seconds once I say to start go, and I'll put up a timer on screen so you guys know exactly when that will run out. So let's look through all 10 images. And starting off with image number 1 once again. Got the image of the swan, some beads of water rolling off of its beak. Beautiful image. Lots of owls in the portrait category, that's for sure. All right, image number 2. Got a rock wren with the bokeh ball behind it. Great image here. Image number 3. We have image of a red-tailed hawk, some grass in its beak. Great colors in the background. Image number 4. We have a great gray owl in flight. Captured nicely in flight, in focus. Image number 5, we have 2 owls in a cavity. I actually don't know what these owls are, but beautiful nonetheless. 2 baby owls peering out of the nesting cavity entrance. Image number 6, we have a wren singing atop a rock. It's barely accented by the sun. And image number 7, we got the possum against a backlit fiery sun sky through the woods and branches in the forest. Image number 8, we have the great gray owl with a rodent caught in its beak. An intense one here. And image number 9, we have a cormorant, the bottom side of the cormorant's beak lit up with its iridescent colors. Unique angle, unique take on it. And we have image number 10. Long-eared owl peering back over its shoulder intensely. Great portrait, isolated shot here. All right, you guys. So those are the popular photos. So we'll put up 30 seconds on the screen and submit your votes now. So again, submit the number and the letter with the image that you like the most. You each get 1 vote. You have 20 seconds left to do so. All right, and timer is up for the popular vote category. All right, and we do have clear winners, first, second, and third for portrait once again. So good job, judges. We didn't have to go through another discrepancy there. The new photographers category was the only one in which we had a tie, so that's quite interesting. But for the portrait, we do have a clear first, second, and third, so this should be exciting. So are you guys ready to wrap up the final category of the portrait submissions for the Bird Burger Photo Awards? All right,
that one's going to be exciting.
Yeah, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be really exciting. All right, so third place winner for the portrait category, we have sponsored by QUIKCAMO, winning a camouflage gear setup and a bunch of awesome gear by QUIKCAMO. We have none other than Jonal Lopez with his image of the 2 owls in the nesting cavity. Woo! What a fantastic image. Image number 5. Great image here, and a super intimate moment captured. Just a moment you rarely get to see in such detail, and loved the image and the results here. Judges, what did you kind of like about this image?
I mean, my clear favorite, I have to say. It's so insane that you have even like the slight, not like that the tree is not sharp, the owls are really sharp. And then you have this uneven number of eyes with 3, and nearly that the owls through their feathers go into one another, which makes for a really interesting effect. That's just what I love most about it, and really intense eyes, of course.
Yep, I love it. Any other thoughts?
It's such an intimate look at these owls. You know, I love just the, you know, you get to see the character of them. And I think that's really great. It's just, yeah, it's this fun little moment where their eyes are poking out, just curious, looking at the photographer, and yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, most definitely. I love it. Any other thoughts?
When you first look at it, you almost can't tell where one owl ends and where the next one begins. And it kind of confuses you for a second and really catches your eye. And I think it really worked well for this photo. How close those owls are together and kind of the overlap between the feathers. And having one of the eyes hidden is might seem like something small, but I think it really helped the photo.
Yeah, it's unique.
Totally.
Makes you work for it a little bit in the photo, but not work too hard to where you just feel exhausted, right? Like it's concentrated enough, but not so concentrated that makes it too easy to digest. So yeah, great thoughts. Very, very cool. Well, fantastic image. Congratulations, Jonal, for winning 3rd place in our portrait category. Great shot there. Let's see, I lost myself. And that image got a score of 41. I forgot to mention that. So 41 overall score from the judges. And 2nd place with only a score of 1 higher. So very, very close, but only 1 higher in the score with a score of 42. We have our 2nd place winner. So 2nd place, sponsored by Titanium Micro, winning a solid state external hard drive, and TOPAZ Labs, winning a download of TOPAZ denoise, is Jonal Lopez again with his image of the long-eared owl. Oh man. So Jonal, great shot here. This one was a great one too, and I'm not surprised by this one at all. Got an image looking over the shoulder of the owl super intensely, just super well concentrated. Looks very fierce. Blown up, this image looks absolutely fantastically sharp too, for those of you who can't really see it on YouTube. Judges, what did you kind of like about image number 10, the image of the long-eared owl by Jonal Lopez?
This is one of those that I wish I would have taken. So, yeah, wow.
I think it epitomizes portrait work, right? I mean, it's the framing, the look over the shoulder. It's like you can replace that bird with a model, a sports model, it could be anyone. It's like the blown out background, the isolation, the look. Just come on, man. I mean, and once again, just beautifully done. And I think you said it. It's so sharp. Like I've got it blown up on a 32-inch monitor right here, and it's just sucking me in perfectly sharp. So
yeah,
kudos all the way around on that image. Well done. Yep.
As a lover of tight shots myself, this is really, really great. And as Jamin pointed it out, I wish I would take this myself. This is really, really good. The lighting is perfect. I love the long-eared owl. It has such a character and colors in the face, and those eyes are just breathtaking. And the thing that I like about the background here is it's not too clean, but you can see the shadows of the twigs in the background on the lower part there. And I love those kind of lighting with you almost have a hint of light on the subject, and the background is lit by the sun. You get a really, really intense portrait look of a bird. And here you got all the recipe for a great portrait, because you have the technicality, you have the light, you have the posture of the subject, and really, really good image and well done.
Yep.
And how lucky that they're sitting on that one branch, right? That one.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Picture perfect.
Yep. So well done. Like you guys all shared. I love what you shared about you could replace it with anyone, a human, you could replace it with a sports model, whatever you want, and it would still be a portrait shot. So phenomenal image there. So congratulations, Jonal, on 2nd and 3rd. Wow. So let's move into 1st place. Let's see who wound up winning 1st place. This one won by 3 points higher than 2nd place. So an overall score of 45, which is very, very high. So fantastic here. And let's see who wound up winning 1st place. So we have 1st place, sponsored by Hunt's Photo and Video, winning a $250 Hunt's Photo and Video gift card and $250 in cash. Christopher Smith with his image number 9 of the cormorant. Man, the underside of the cormorant with the beak. What an incredible image, capturing almost unseen kind of effect on the bottom side of a cormorant that no one really ever captures and sees in their photos. I love this image. This is a fantastic image. Judges, what did you kind of think about this image?
I might begin if that's okay. I mean,
Jump in there.
For me, it's clearly that it's a situation that you don't see so often. I've seen a lot of great horned owl or long-eared owl photos like we have on the second place. And that makes a difference for me that this kind of angle and this kind of color on the cormorant I haven't really seen before, which makes it go a bit higher in any case.
Yep, great thought.
The uniqueness simply.
Other thoughts?
I like that the most interesting part of the bird is what's featured in the image, right? I mean,
Right.
That bird just standing out on a rock, would have been a wonderful image, but for them to wait for that one moment where that head sticks up and it's highlighted with those little white whiskers, and the background is really adds to the effect of it. The three elements of a great image, you got to get the subject right, the background and the lighting. All three of those just come together perfectly here. And once again, on the big screen, you zoom in on that depth of field, they still got that eye sharp. That was pretty good, man. I mean,
Totally.
So perfect. Once again, just nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
Yep.
Let me say this also, that you always talk about taking environmental shots and telling a story where the birds are in the environment, but this is a perfect example of telling a story with a portrait shot. You have such a beautiful story here where the birds are showing off those blue throat and have that kind of posture, knowing that this is tells us intimate story that really is cool to see in this kind of lighting, and it's such a high contrast for a low key image. So I really love this image.
Yeah. I love that.
I like the uniqueness of the pose. And just the angle is nice too, because it's not like head on centered. The head is offset a bit to the right there, where it clearly just fits perfectly with the tail going right off the edge of the head there. Like the composition is fantastic. And then the interesting angle, the seeing that blue right there. It's just this one. Yeah, this rocks. Really good.
Yep. Yeah, what an incredible image. Yeah, this image was just phenomenal. And for those of you who are watching on YouTube and can't see, like Josh was saying, the focus on this image was tacked perfectly on the eye and the beak, to the point where it was already out of focus by the back of the head. But the eye was still perfectly in focus, and just so well nailed technically. And every other comment that every judge made was just spot on. So great job, Christopher. What a fantastic image. And congratulations on winning the portrait category for the Bird Burger Photo Awards. So,
well done.
Yeah, great job. So it looks like we'll be hopping into the popular, see what the popular results were for the portrait category. Okay. Love this. I love this. So we have a new winner for the popular vote. So that's a great thing. I love that. Yeah, let's figure this out. Let's figure out how we can get this set up. Sorry. Okay. All right. So your guys' vote for the popular awards for the portrait category in the 2022 Bird Burger Awards. In the running for the Hunts Photo and Video gift card of $100. None other than image number 7. Oh, by Grant Webster of the Possum. Beautiful, beautiful image here. Man, that sunset and fiery sky, sunrise or sunset and fiery sky in the background behind that possum was just absolutely incredible. Unbelievable. I can't believe that this image was just captured so well. Such a good mood to this image as well. Judges, what did you kind of like about this image?
So just for the record, I scored that a 10. I thought it was perfect.
Me too. Me too.
To get the exposure right on that, man, just so good, because you got the darkness of its fur, the bright orange highlights in the background, framed perfectly. That one could have been first place for me, and I would have been totally happy with the results, because I love it. I love it. And it's got some character to it too, with that little dirty nose and like he's up to no good. I like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same here. Yeah. I mean, I would say the third place was my other favorite. Those two were the only ones I voted 10 for. And here I'm also really happy to see a mammal. I'm in any case a bigger mammal fan, if people know that, but definitely the light on this photo here takes it home.
Yep. Yeah. What an incredible light on that image. Yep.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for golden bouquet, so pretty nicely done.
The colors there are incredible, and the colors, you get like such a dynamic, even though it's all like this orangish red, you get so many different lighting levels of it. You get this dark, deep orangish red, and then you have this bright orangish red, and just beautiful, absolutely fantastic in the way that's represented in the bokeh. And what you're saying too about getting the exposure right on this image is difficult, no doubt. So yeah, great shot there. Congratulations, Grant, on placing first in the popular vote for the portrait category. So great job there. Great job, Grant. And super cool to see all the images submitted into the portrait category. Everyone did a fantastic job. And I am just blown away by all your guys' submissions, and especially the finalist and the winners. So great job, everyone. So with that being said, we are going to start hopping into the final popular vote. So that wraps up our initial category judging. We're about to hop into the popular vote finals, in which we need your vote. But first, just as a reminder, if you weren't here at the beginning of the live, all the sponsors in today's competition are giving away great deals on their products for you to purchase. If you check out the description below, you'll be able to see all of the deals being offered for a limited time, and I'd encourage you guys to check them all out. Huge shout out and thanks for them for making this competition possible and for providing the prizes for this event. So now let's get into the final round of the popular vote. Again, I'm going to be showing each image on screen with an assigned number in the corner. And depending on which image you think should win, type that number into the group chat when I say to go. Please wait until I say go to start typing your answers in. And I'm going to cycle through the images twice this time. So you guys will get a second time through looking at them to make sure you really, really know what you like. So let's go through all the popular vote images again. So starting off in the new photographers category, the popular vote winner was this image here of the two great crested grebes, image number 9N. So remember which one you guys like the most. All right. And in the chat, addressing that as well about the TOPAZ link, I will figure out what's going on there. Check back later today, and I will figure out what the problem was and hopefully have it figured out by then. So that was the new photographers category, popular vote winner. Let's move into the creative. The creative vote winner for the popular was Jeffrey Kowalski with his image of the sandpiper against that sun on the sand. In the birdscape category, winning the popular vote for the category was Sergius Hanan with his image of the Pacific loon And in the creative category, the popular vote winner was Grant Webster with his image of the possum that we just saw. Man, these are 4 good images. All right, do not submit your votes yet. Do not submit your votes yet. Going back, cycle through them one more time. That way you guys can get a second good look. They are so hard to choose from. All right, so going back to the new photographers category, first we had the great crested grebes. Second, in the creative category, we had the sandpipers, or the sandpiper against the sunlit background and reflection. In the birdscape category, we had the Pacific loon in the mist. Beautiful image here. And in the portrait category, we had the possum. All right, you guys, go ahead and submit your images into the chat. 1 vote each. If you submit more, it will be disqualified. And after this, we're going to be going into the grand prize winner judged by the judges for the finale. All right, 10 seconds left. This is a hard choice. This is a hard choice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Vote window is closed. Oh, man. Whew. All right. Oh, man. Seeing a couple. Oh, all right. Seeing a couple common threads going on. Those were some intense choices to choose from. All right, we're working to tally up the votes. Be patient with us for a second. Yeah. So, yeah, while we're waiting on getting the popular vote wrapped up a little bit, judges, do you have any last things you kind of want to say about the images, what you saw submitted today, what kind of stood out to you? Was there what kind of stood out to you about the event mostly? What kind of impressed you most about all the submissions to the event?
The sheer number of surprises. Yeah, you go. Go, Evan.
The new photographers category really shocked me. Just how many great photos were submitted there. For people who have been doing this 2 years or less, there was some awesome work in there. That was really, really impressive.
Yeah, most definitely. That was pretty mind-blowing to see. Definitely, I mean, all those 10 finalist images were like, they were better than I felt like I was at 2 years. Yep.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, sheer amount of surprises in there, in the general whole thing. I mean, I voted photos in my top 10s in the first voting that we had a few weeks ago that didn't make it in here that were incredible as well. Just talking about birdscapes, there was a photo with 1,000, I don't even know which birds, but 1,000 birds in a colony, and just one is sticking out. That was my top one back then. It didn't even make it, but that tells you how many great photos there were. And talking about the new photographers, I want to just give the person that did photo 1, the quail with the small chick under the wing, shout out, because that was my favorite, for example. Like, well done. So many great photos.
Yep, most definitely. Yep, that was photo number 1 with the chick under the wing.
Yeah, beautiful light.
Yep.
And situation.
Beautiful. Do we have the votes tallied up yet? Nope. Okay, yeah, we're gonna be a while. Judges, any other thoughts about the competition?
Yeah, I just want to say that there were a lot of technically beautiful images, like perfect, tack sharp. But what really surprised me is how, just how some of these images would just surprise you at how magically beautiful they were. You know, you can get a shot sharp, you can get a pretty background, but there's something underlying that you can't put your finger on. You know, we said things like mood, we said things like, you know, magical and majestic, and all of those words kind of allude to the fact that there's a creativeness that, you know, you got to experience that moment and you brought it to us. And I loved that. And there was just a common thread of that throughout all of these images. So we're more than just technically good photographers, incredibly good storytellers, and really creative artists in this group.
Yep. That's a great thing shared. Thank you, Josh.
The philosopher.
Yep. That's why during the intro I was like, if you wanna hear about philosophical ideas about wildlife photography, check out Josh's channel. I love it.
Yeah. When's the next video coming out, Josh?
Put
Put you on the spot.
Yep.
We'll talk about that before we hang up.
Don't stress him out, guys. Don't stress him out.
No.
All right.
Yeah. All these photos, man, like it was such a privilege to go through these, and such a challenge also just to like try to choose between some of them, you know, because it's like, there's so many elements in each one of them that stood out and just made it so hard to nail down, like, what do I like better about one than the other? You know, it's like, a real challenge for that. So yeah, everybody did awesome.
Yeah.
Can I close with this?
Go for it.
Also say that a big shout out to Jeremy for hosting this event here. It's a lot of work going into this, and I mean, he must be working 24 hours a day making all this happen, and I wouldn't imagine my head going around all this kind of thing that he has to think of. And a huge shout out, Jeremy. Well done. Yeah. You couldn't do it better than this. So this is perfect.
Fantastic job.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yes. Thank you, judges. Thank you for coming on and judging the event. So, yep.
Jeremy, do you sleep?
Kudos.
Ask my wife that. She says I'm a workaholic. So yeah, if I could bring her on, she'd be not shy enough to come on, but she's shaking her head. She's like, no, don't bring me on. But yeah.
Well, your hard work is paying off, man. So nicely done. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Are you guys ready? We have the popular vote tallied up.
See it.
All right, let's do this. So, for the popular vote. All right. Let's pull this up. All right, so the popular vote winner for the Bird Burger Awards 2022. May come as a surprise to some of you guys, maybe not. Image number 7 in the portrait category by Grant Webster of the Possum. This was voted your guys' favorite photo of the event by the viewers. Beautiful, fantastic image there. Man, all of us judges agreed. The lighting on it is just incredible as well. Super difficult image to capture in terms of exposure. And what just a cool story and mood being shown here. So congratulations, Grant. You win the $100 Hunts photo and video gift card. And we'll be in contact with you for that as well. Grant, if you're here during the live, please let us know in the chat just how you kind of took that image. What kind of was the process of you taking it, kind of maybe your vision in it, and yeah, anything you want to let us know, please let us know in the chat. So if you do, I'll try to read it out loud if you get it in time. So love that. Congratulations, Grant. And again, what a fantastic image of the possum. All right, you guys. So let's get into the final judging. Judges, are you ready for this? It's a lot of laughs going on. I'm not so sure about this. This is gonna be rough. So let's get this figured out. We're going to give it 1 second. We got a small problem going on with one of the judges' cameras. In the meantime,
I just want you guys to know I'm still here. Battery change, so stand by.
Cool. We'll just move forward then, even though they can't see you, Josh. We'll just start moving forward. Okay, so all right. So in all the categories, to show them once again, starting off in the creative, we're doing the 3 main categories. So the creative winner of the judges' votes was image number 3 by Nathan Watson in the creative category, The Turns Against the Sunset Background. And the judges will be voting on their singular favorite image of the 3. So they will get 1 vote, and the majority vote will win. If there is a tiebreaker, a 2 and 2, between 2 of the images, the judge that was not, or the one that was the outcast, will vote on the winning image. So Nathan Watson with his image of the turns in the creative category. In the birdscapes category, we have image number 9. Nathan Watson once again. Man, Nathan absolutely destroyed it. His image of the great egret. What an incredible image. Fantastic image, Nathan. And lastly, in the portrait category, we have image number 9 once again, but this time by Christopher Smith with his image of the cormorant, the underside of it. Amazing, beautiful image. What a unique take on a cormorant. Just to give the judges some more time, we're going to cycle through them one more time as viewers. So again, in the creative category, we had image number 3 of the turns. In the birdscape category, we had image number 9 of the great egret. And in the portrait category, we had image number 9 of the cormorant. And it's cool to see these images that have made it into the finals and the ones that have won. After seeing the initial results of the pre-finalists, there were some that I did not expect to win top 3 that wound up winning when they were judged by overall scores, rather than just in the previous method that we were using, which was just rankings. So that's been very, very interesting to see, but there were some that were kind of expected. I knew kind of which ones had the highest scores initially, and so I kind of saw those, kind of expected those to win, and some of those, that was the case. So regardless, though, again, very cool to see. There were so many images that got so close to even making the finalists, and were just within a point or 2 of not making the finalist list. So there were lots of you guys that were so close to being on this finalist list. So congratulations to everyone.
Hey, Jeremy, just for our sake, the judges here, and I'm afraid to ask this question because it reveals that I may not have been listening.
One second. One second. Let me. Oh, go ahead. I thought you were going to say something.
Are we ranking these final 4 images 1 to 4, like first place to 4th place, or are we doing the same type of?
Just pick your favorite.
Walk us through it.
Just
pick your favorite.
Yep.
Just our favorite. Yes.
Okay, got it.
But no points then.
No points. No points.
Okay.
Yep, this is where it's going to get trickiest. So let's do this. All right. While we're tallying up the votes, so judges are working on voting right now. While we're tallying up the votes, I just want to share with you guys really quick a little bit of background, what this competition means to me. At the beginning of this year, I had an idea to host the first ever wildlife photography photo competition with live judging here on YouTube. But I knew if I was going to do it, I'd have to do it big or go home. So that's just the type of person that I am. And that's what I wanted to do. So I didn't want to just do it halfway. And I remember when I finally decided to do it, I went home and I told my wife, I don't know if we're going to go broke doing this because it's kind of expensive to do something like this, but I've got to give it a shot. And thank goodness I wound up finding, first of all, the sponsors to cover half of the cost of the event. So huge shout out and thank you to them associated with the prizes. But truly, without your guys' engagement and your submissions, I couldn't have made up that that other half. So all that to say, this competition means a lot to me, how much you guys have participated in it, and it's surpassed my expectations. And just for a second too, I also want to talk about wildlife photography, just kind of as a whole. If we're honest, this culture, it's a beautiful, amazing art and culture, but it's also slowly kind of decaying culturally and relevantly with the rest of society, just because of the nature of how we do this. So we have a lot of old habits, ways of seeing things that maybe don't quite work as well anymore, but we also have a lot of beautiful tradition and understanding of the world that needs to be shared. Wildlife photography is so important to allowing people to emotionally connect with nature so that they can care about nature and know how to care about nature most effectively. So Bird Burger is really a place where we're trying to pioneer a new approach to wildlife photography, one that's appealing to not only those in the culture, but also those outside of it. It's a hybrid between the old ways of doing things and seeing the world and mixing it in with the new appeal and kind of way that culture works nowadays. So we find ourselves in that kind of place, combining the rawest nature of the world with the most up-to-date way of life. So with your support, we've just taken one step closer into this realm with hosting a creator-led photo competition for the first time ever with literal live judging. Something that's never been done before. So that's a little bit of what we're about. If that interests you, I'd be honored if you subscribe to the channel below for more innovative content in the future. Subscribe to my other channel as well for more inspiration, and subscribe most of all to all of these judges for all of the outstanding content that they wind up producing and for their huge help here today. So they've dedicated a lot of time to helping judge your images, and it would be the least we could do to help them back. With that being said, I think we have the winner. Yes, we do. Is it the star? The star, the one? The star's the one. All right. Oh man, you guys. All right. Got you. Okay. Yep. Okay. So let's do this. Even though second place will not win anything more than what they've already won. So they won their category award. Even though they won't win anything more, let's still announce a second place right now, just because that will be a lot of fun to see who got second, and then who got first. So, okay, let's get this set up. All right. So, second place. I don't have an intro actually pulled up for this, so we're just going to go straight into it. But second place with 2 of the judge votes out of the 5. So 2 of the judge votes went to this one. And we have our winner in the portrait category, Christopher Smith. So second place overall, Christopher Smith with his image of the cormorant. Fantastic, fantastic image here. Beautiful image, Christopher. Man, we were all just amazed by the creativity and the detail and the technicalities of this image, and just an absolutely amazing and beautiful image. And you guys know what that means. For first place, we already know the winner, but we don't know which image was actually the winning image. So for first place, Jamie wants a drum roll. All right, judges, go ahead, go for it. All right, so we got going into first place and the grand prize winner for the 2022 Bird Burger Awards. Let's see, getting the setup here. So we all know who the winner is, and the image that winds up winning the event. Sorry, getting a little anticlimactic here. Trying to get myself figured out. All right, and the winner for...
The anticipation is building.
Yep, 2022 Bird Burger Awards is Nathan Watson with his image of the great egret in the birdscapes category. What a phenomenal image here. Great job, Nathan. Fantastic image. All the judges absolutely loved the images that you submitted, and you particularly really stood out in this event. So, yeah, fantastic job. Thank you guys so much for watching. The Bird Burger photo competition will be coming back again next year, and we will be giving away thousands in prizes again. So make sure you subscribe below if you want to be around for that. Thanks again to the sponsors of this event. Don't forget to check out the deals they are giving away in the description below. I'll be doing a live event in a week or two from now showing all of the images submitted to the event that weren't shown today. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the judges below as well for all of their help and their awesome, great content. And I'll see you guys around next time.